Well, this is a novel, first of all. That was written as a novel. I mean that once I have all the pieces of the story, then I began to write it. So the process is exactly the same as as the one I use in my other novels that was all fiction. So I don't know really what is the difference between the personage who's tell the story and myself. I don't know. I think that once you are writing a novel, doesn't matter what's fiction or what's reality. The process is the same. I don't think so. I believe, and is one of the subjects of this novel, is that this integration between Spanish and Mexican people, between white people and indigenous people, is impossible. And I think that this is the great problem to solve, if it is possible, in the next maybe 100 years. I believe that without the resolution of this problem, Mexico is not going to change in that theme. Well, I have no relation with La Portuguesa at all. That was devastated a few years ago, and now it's just a piece of the jungle, of the original jungle. And I have no relatives there, no family, no friends, and my only relationship with that place in Beyond Sea are my novels. Yes, maybe. I don't know. The exile thing, I believe that exiled is a kind of condition that you heritage of your grandparents and your parents, and it's a kind that you left to your children. It's a kind of living. You're not. You don't have a place, a real place where to go, but instead you have 2 or 3 places. So maybe it's true. Maybe I am trying to set one specific place in my life with these 2 books. Yeah. Yeah, and well, as I said before, it's it's a condition that you heritage, and but I prefer to look at this in a positive way. I prefer to believe that I have 2 countries and 2 languages, because I was born speaking in Catalan. And that condition made me to have to enjoy an stereophonical kind of life. I saw the life from 2 points of view. So, which is the same condition that my kids enjoying now. They are Catalans, but half Mexicans, and they're speaking Catalan with me, in French with his mother, and in Spanish, because we're in Spain also. So that's it. It's a kind of the exile have this very positive point of view for me. Well, it's my mother in fact had a sister that had exactly this kind of disease, and she was retarded by meningitis, and she was very violent, and it's almost true. But in this novel, she have another destiny. She didn't end it like the way she did in the novel, but well, it was a real character. But well, I had to transform her to fit her in the novel. Exactly. Well, and it's right. Marianne, as a character of the novel and as a person, was a metaphor of the defeat of the Republicans that pretend to transplant the Spanish Republic to Veracruz, to Mexico. So that's true. And Marianne, the name means Republic in French. So that's it. That's a person that is a metaphor also. Yeah. Well, it's a song that I love. And I was thinking during the process of writing this novel that the title of the song, not the song at all, because there is a song about a love story that fails, which is nothing to do with the story that I was writing. But I believe that the title, The Last Hour of the Last Day, I never said that in English before. That sounds strange. But this title is a kind of resume of all that happens to the narrator in the novel. Well, he's in a very specific moment. He's remembering that moment when all his world was changed. Yeah. Yes, I'm working on a new book that has to be with this one and with the other one, the Les Exilés de la Mémoire. And it's a story that happens in the Pyrenees, in the border between Spain and France. And I don't want to tell anything more because I'm a kind of superstitious writer. Yeah. This is a story set in the Mexican jungle. So well, it's set in a place far away from here, but I think at the same time it's a universal story. It's about the human resistance and and it's about also the best way of being a human, a person, in a very particular and strange world. So I believe also that it's not that kind of story that maybe you can associate with the South American literature. This is not a real magic novel. This is not a novel that have a relation with the Garcia Marquez books of the Mexican jungle, and it's just an adventure, a human adventure.